Alright, it is once again time for another Next Fest celebration. This is going to be part 1 of my favorite demos from Next Fest June of 2025. Prepare for a lot of days, a lot of demos, and me slowly losing my mind trying to cover them all. We're starting things off with Mina the Hollower. This is the upcoming game from Yacht Club Games, and what we have here is already very impressive as an action-adventure. We play as Mina, who has come to an island in order to investigate why the generators she sub have stopped working. There's a coup going on, and we're going to have to fight, jump, and slash our way to uncover the truth. When I first saw footage of this game, I thought we were going to get kind of more of a Star Tropic style action-adventure. But no, this is just a full-on action-adventure game with even some Souls-like elements to it. The gameplay here is that you'll explore each area, with the demo of course being linear, but the main games will probably be a lot more open-ended, as you'll fight and jump your way through. You have complete motion or free movement to move and jump around, and there is a heavy emphasis on combat. You'll find and acquire different weapons, each with their own style, their own attack speed, and definitely going to affect how you'll approach the game. When I played the demo off stream, I went for the heavy mallet, which does massive damage but leaves you quite vulnerable, while the footage you're seeing here is using the kind of whip flail, and I'm sure there'll be even more weapons available as you go through. Now, the kind of leveling system here is that killing enemies and finding bones act as your experience/currency. When you hit certain thresholds of bones, you'll be able to level up, and you'll be able to apply this to your core stats. Of course, the higher level you want to go, the more points you'll need to spend. And you can kind of bank your bone shards, whatever they're called, so that you don't accidentally lose them when you get killed. Combat is quite challenging. Your main defensive moves are to either jump over attacks, or to dig under the ground and kind of bury yourself underneath them. And you'll need to make use of both, as enemies are very fast, they have some very rapid patterns, and depending upon your weapons can definitely affect the difficulty. There are of course secrets to uncover, trinkets/artifacts to find, and this is just looking like it's going to be a very solid and very challenging action game. So, if you're in the mood for some good old modern retro action adventure, then definitely give this demo a try, and I am really eager to play the full game when it is released. And now we switch over to Moonlighter 2. This is a sequel to the action roguelike that tried to combine shop sim with the kind of style of Hades. And while I don't think the combination quite worked, it did prove popular enough to get our sequel here. This takes place very much after the end of the first game, where the town has been transported to another dimension, but we have been given a chance to earn the right to get a wish. But to do that, we must fight, hack, slash, and sell all of our goodies in order to earn enough money. As the first game, you'll spend your time between exploring procedurally generated dungeons and then selling the goods you've gotten in your shop. Like the first game, progression comes in the form of upgrading your gear and general abilities using the items and money you earn through both systems. I do enjoy the graphical update. The game has a really nice look to it compared to the first game, kind of focusing more on a pixel art style. The gameplay in terms of combat remains largely the same. The kind of major or any major differences is that you now can use your backpack as a weapon to punish enemies once you've knocked down enough of their health to stagger them, and you also start with this lovely laser gun that you can power up by smacking enemies. Each weapon has different kind of ranges and is a special move as well, but the kind of major aspect here is that you'll be once again organizing all your gotten loot in your backpack, and the different modifiers return. So, depending upon where you place certain items can affect their worth or the worth of items that are connected to them. And you'll need to once again try to maximize how much money you earn, as well as which resources you bring back, as that will determine what you'll be able to upgrade. Unlike the first game, you are going to be getting a little bit more variety. The first Moonlighter kind of went for a dungeon approach in terms of procedural generation. So you go into a floor and you'll explore until you get to the exit and then you move on. Here it kind of focuses more on a room by room structure where you'll have like 5 rooms, get through all 5, then you go immediately to the boss fight. The shop sim has been given some very interesting changes. You no longer haggle prices with the consumer. Instead, it uses this kind of charm system that you can apply to a sale to modify the amount of money you've earned. And there's also a roguelite aspect that as you sell enough items during a day, you can choose from different randomly chosen perks that can affect the amount of money you earn or your ability to sell and haggle going forward. If you're hoping for kind of like a more invention or more elements of the shop sim aspect, Moonlighter 2 doesn't quite do that. This feels very much like an action game first, shop sim maybe third or fourth down the line. But if you enjoyed the combination of the two from the first game, then you'll find that there's a lot more to this one, and it's going to be interesting to see like how things develop in the main game. So, if you enjoy to do some hacking, slashing, and selling, then give this demo a try. Now we go to a Multiplanetary. This is essentially an indie take off of the Ratchet and Clank formula, as you will run, jump, and shoot a very wide assortment of weapons trying to fight back against evil robots. This one is still quite early in its development. The demo we played was essentially just 2 levels long, but it definitely shows some interesting aspects with the different weapons, and of course being able to get different upgrades as you do your platforming. The jumping felt very good to do. The only issue that I had was that it felt very hard to reclaim ammo, and I ran out of it quite a bit during the demo play. But this one again definitely has some good bones to it. If you're in the mood for some third-person shooting and jumping, give this demo a try. I'm curious to see like where things will go with like more weapons and more level design as the game gets developed. And now we switch over to Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This is the next game from the Game Kitchen, who are using their expertise at action design and definitely some amazing 2D art to make an incredibly challenging take on a genre or a game that's already very challenging as is. This appears to be a reimagining of the original entry of Ninja Gaiden back from the NES. Ryu is leaving for America in order to uncover the murder of his father. Unfortunately, the Hayabusa village is being attacked by demons, and we play as a newcomer here who's going to have to run, jump, and slash his way to saving the day. The gameplay here is definitely going to be more of a modernized but still incredibly challenging take on the formula. You have a health bar, but enemies can easily kill you and there is a contact damage. The game features a few new wrinkles to the combat. First is you have a hypercharge. By killing enemies that are glowing, you'll gain a charge of it that basically lets you deliver a super hit. This will oftentimes one-shot most minor and major enemies, but you only get one shot of it, and if you miss it, you'll have to kill enemies the slow way. After a bit of story elements, you'll be bonded to a Spider Ninja Clan member, who kind of operates as your kind of second form. They will allow you to shoot projectiles, there's an ultra move that comes with it, as well as puzzle solving and platforming challenges directly related to them. In each level, there are secrets to find, bonus challenges to do, and on top of all that, there is an also remix hard mode option that completely changes all the levels in terms of where enemy placements and obstacles are. While the enemies are still kept within the same health pools, you'll be fighting nastier combinations of them. So yes, this is one of those games where it's only going to get harder and more challenging from the start, and I am definitely all in for this. So I don't know how much they'll do in terms of making these like easier or more approachable, but if you are a fan of some challenging 2D action platforming, this is an easy must play, and I will be ready to break my thumbs going through hard mode when it is released. And now we switch over to Undermine 2. This is our second action roguelike getting a sequel in our video today. As I said, the first game was a very great take on the action roguelite formula. You were trapped in a dungeon, and in order to get out you must dig ever further down, collect resources, grow in power, and rinse and repeat. and the sequel is keeping with that formula, well, quite accurately. You are once again going to have to try and survive multiple procedurally generated floors looking for relics that will aid you, and collecting the resources needed to upgrade your base stats. In terms of the gameplay, from the demo, not much has really been changed in the basic formula. The animations and art still pop really nicely. The one thing that has been promoted as a big change is the game now features co-op, which we did not get a chance to try during our Next Fest play. Nevertheless, this is still another very challenging and very delightful action roguelike, and I'm interested to see what other features they will add in the main game. We only played the first game, I think up until a major win, but after the game was released, they did put out multiple updates adding in new content and new challenges. I'm curious to see how far they will take things with the sequel. So, if you and a few buddies want to do some spelunking down in the mines for loot, fame, and glory, then give this one a try. Now we have an idle game with Trainatic. You are trapped in a mysterious forest. There is a train beckoning you and an orb that seems to be following your every move. In order to uncover why you're here, we're going to get on board this crazy train and collect a lot of resources to solve this one. Our gameplay here is that you'll customize your train using upgrades that you'll get from the various resources and unlocking new cars that you can attach to the train. There are cars that do damage, and there's also some that will support the ones that are next to it. When you're on the track, your job is to shoot any resources that are in the way or on the sides in order to collect them. Fuel will degrade as you go forward, and if you hit things, that will also further knock it out. Run out of fuel and the run is over, and you will take your resources back to then upgrade, grow in power, rinse and repeat. Now, I do enjoy this one. I like the kind of use of the train to power up and just blaze through the environment, but I didn't get a chance to see where things are going to go, will there be ascension or prestige options, that kind of thing. But it does have a really solid core to it. And again, this is still an idle style game, so if you're hoping for high octane train excitement, it's probably not going to get that far. Still, if you are an idle fan looking for a nice little trip to go with your idling, then give this one a try. And for the last game of today's video, this is Idle Boss Rush. You have founded a new village, but oh no, there's giant bosses that are coming to wreak havoc. So you're going to have to click and build up your village in order to beat them up, gain more loot, grow in power, and then beat up more bosses. So the idle is definitely here, as once you start unlocking villagers and warriors, things will just go kind of automatic for you. You'll need to kill the enemies to collect different materials, which you can then use to upgrade the different weapons and gear that they also drop. There are bonus challenges in the form of, well, as the name implies, boss rush modes, where the faster you kill the boss, the more rewards you get, including permanent bonuses. There is kind of a little bit more strategy to this one, in terms of choosing which characters or which one of your attackers to upgrade, and bosses will have different strengths and weaknesses to different elemental types. Like the last one, it's hard to tell if there will be any additional depth. That once you've gotten everything automatic, is it just you sitting there and waiting for things to go boom? I like the art style. The enemies have a very interesting look to them. I'm curious to see where the different gear and bonus challenges will lead in terms of advanced play. So, if you like idling and this time killing some giant monsters to go with it, then give this demo a try. And with that, night number 1 of Next Fest comes to an end. Let me know what some of your favorite demos are, but we got plenty more to come. Thanks for watching, and see everyone in our next video and our next Fest streaming showcase. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.